Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Today I want to talk about avoidance of taking risks as it pertains to looking for a wife from the Philippines. This comes from a hackspirit.com article that I'm going to adapt to the dating and marrying scene. It's called 10 Habits of Unsuccessful People Who Never Move Forward in Life. So what about dating? Because some people get stuck there and they never move forward. And there's a lot of reasons why. And this article has 10 reasons about people who never move forward in life. And this is number 5. But again, I am going to convert this to dating and marriage. Avoiding taking risks. Individuals who never seem to progress in life often exhibit a fear of taking risks. They prefer to play it safe, sticking to the tried and tested, even if it's leading them nowhere. The fear of uncertainty or potential failure prevents them from stepping out of their comfort zone and trying something new. This avoidance of risk isn't simply about being cautious. It's a reflection of their mindset. According to the article, they focus on the potential for failure rather than the opportunities for growth and learning that taking risks can provide. Taking calculated risks is essential for success. It encourages innovation, builds resilience, and can lead to significant rewards. Unfortunately, those who remain stagnant in life overlook this fact. They fail to recognize that without taking risks, they are unlikely to experience significant change or progress. Please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea. I married a woman from the Philippines in 2015 from the United States. Married her in only 54 days. Believe me, I took a lot of risks. I might not have recognized it at the time. I was very determined to find somebody. And we talked for about 4 hours a day. And I proposed to her on day 18, flew right down there because I had some time off from work, and got married. We've been married since then, over 8.5 years. And I talked to a lot of guys, like on Messenger, even the phone. I've had emails, of course, comments and videos on TikTok and YouTube and Rumble and MeWe and Twitter and Facebook and so on. Risk-taking, that's part of it. And it's real. This can be in looking for a job. Well, I'm kind of comfortable. I think I could do that, but I'm not sure I want to, see what's on the other side, and maybe I'm better off staying where I am. You can talk like that with dating too. I've seen it before. And I do agree that you have to take some risk, try something new to move forward, especially if you are stuck. And so it is, people focus on failure rather than opportunities for growth and the like. They'll say, well, I've heard of so many people that married a Filipina, and they might even say every single one of them ended up in disaster. I can't do that. Yes, I read where some people have good relationships, but I've had people telling me, you'd be a fool to do something like that. All they want is your money. When they get a green card or citizenship, they're going to bolt. They're going to end up divorcing you. They don't love you. It just doesn't work. You're going to be scammed. Well, who wouldn't feel hesitant when they hear that? But at the same time, people like myself and others that we know have had good relationships with a woman from the Philippines. I don't think you're going to avoid all potential struggle. The Bible does say in this world we will have a tribulation. And there are times when a man and a woman are married, they love each other, but, they're different people. We have a selfish bent, and it's not always easy, but it's still best, and it does help us to grow, and that's a good benefit from being married. You're going to have to take some risk. However, it might be in flying for the first time, talking on camera to somebody from thousands of miles away. Maybe she's a little younger than you're used to, but you're intrigued by that. But you don't know what to say, or if you have anything in common, I've got lots of videos here on Love Beyond the Sea to try to address that sort of thing, because I was going through that myself at one time, and I continue to hear from other people who are interested in this, and they talk about what they're going through, and are they willing to take some risks? You can minimize risk, of course. You don't have to go into it blindfolded. You can look for women who are conservative, maybe avoid some of the bigger cities. That's just something to think about. You can find a conservative woman there if she grew up that way, she's got good parents, and she moved to a bigger place like Manila or Cebu. Try to move this phone over without dropping it like I did the last time. So you'll have to take risk, but you can minimize it. You can minimize risk by not sending money to somebody you don't know. And you may come up against that right away. And I've always said, just like my wife would say, don't do it. Don't send money. If you haven't met them yet in person, I would even go as far as to say, if you haven't proposed to them and you're not engaged, don't send any money. You're not obligated to. You might feel like, well, why not? They need it. I can give it. And that's true, but it's risky because they need it, but they don't necessarily need it from you. And it's not like they're not going to get by. And you're not there to rescue anybody. You're there looking for a wife. Therefore, you are going to minimize risk by looking for things like character and integrity and personality, things that aren't going to change and can even get stronger and better and more beautiful as the years go by. Don't look in red light districts. I would say don't, fall for women that, wear a lot of skimpy clothes. That's not the type of woman that's going to, make a lasting, good quality wife, in my opinion. Yes, now maybe a few rare ones can, but I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about minimizing risk. Just don't do that. And also, for example, if they're not going to be spending a lot of time with you regularly, on time with you, let's say, every day or 5 days a week, that's not too much to ask, and spend a little bit of time on camera. Insist on camera where you can see what's going on, so you have their attention, they have your attention. It's just more normal that way. And if they're not going to be spending time with you, and if they're going to be asking for money or talking about situations where money is needed without asking for it, move on, find somebody else. If they're trying to appeal to you through their body, move on, because the right woman will try to appeal to you the opposite way, by not looking like other women, by not asking for money, by telling you she can take care of herself. Those are good signs. Look for somebody that you can communicate well with. I'm not saying you have a million things in common, but her English is well enough that you're not constantly wondering if she understood what you were saying. You'll know what I mean if you're ever in that situation. And please leave comments here about risk-taking when looking for a woman in another country. There's, I suppose there's some danger being a foreigner in a place where there might not be a lot of foreigners. So it's nice to have somebody to know, like a Filipina that you're going there with. Learn about the Philippines. Learn about what you're getting into. Watch good quality stations or channels like mine. I've been married to a woman for 8.5 years. I don't say anything that she doesn't agree with, or I didn't learn from her as far as the Philippines goes. I want people to be well informed. I guess I took a chance when I married in 54 days. I was 53 years old, tired of being single, desperate to find a good woman, and I did. But I wouldn't have found her without taking some risk. Without it, I wouldn't have found Love Beyond the Sea.